Walking is something most of us do without a second thought, but look closely at the sheer force of this impact. Bipedal locomotion requires a massive transfer of weight and momentum managed by highly complex mechanics. To understand how we don't simply collapse under our own weight, we have to look at the exact chronological sequence of antagonist and synergist muscle activations that execute every step. The fundamental unit of this movement is the walking gait cycle. It operates as an unbroken, alternating mechanical loop. Balancing an entire human body on two legs is an inherently unstable system. It functions only because of a flawlessly timed sequence of muscle firings. Without that precision, human locomotion falls apart. The gait cycle is broadly divided into two primary phases. First is the stance phase. This diagram illustrates the two separate functions each leg performs during a stride. On the left, one leg remains rigid, while on the right, the other suspends midair. The stance phase requires the leg to become an anchored, weight-bearing structure, heavily stabilized against the ground. The second phase, the swing phase, serves the opposite mechanical purpose. It relies on a non-weight-bearing forward trajectory to propel the body through space. Seamless locomotion requires the lower limbs to alternate rapidly between these contradictory biomechanical roles. Every step shifts the leg from acting as a rigid pillar to swinging as a mobile pendulum. Let's trace the stance phase from its exact starting point. It begins with the heel strike stage, the precise moment the foot contacts the ground, heel first. During the initial impact, the gluteus maximus acts on the hip joint to control the downward momentum of the leg. Simultaneously, the quadriceps femoris engages to extend the leg and flex the thigh, while the anterior compartment of the leg positions the heel. The ground reaction forces generated by the weight of the human body are intense. This triad of simultaneous muscle activations safely absorbs that sudden impact, so the leg doesn't buckle. From that initial impact, the timeline moves to the support stage. This occurs when the rest of the foot makes full contact with the ground. A single leg now supports the entire weight of the body. To maintain structure, the quadriceps femoris heavily stabilizes the fully loaded knee. Down at the base, foot inverters and everters contract in rapid micro-adjustments, stabilizing the foot against uneven surfaces. But single leg support creates a severe mechanical problem. Gravity immediately attempts to pull down the unsupported airborne side of the pelvis. This diagram shows the specific muscles required to counter that drop. The gluteus minimus, gluteus medius, and tensor fascia lata activate on the supporting side. These three muscles contract simultaneously, pulling the pelvis horizontally and locking it level against the downward force of gravity. This continuous pelvic leveling is the hidden mechanism that makes bipedalism work. Without it, forward momentum bleeds out into lateral swaying, leading to a loss of balance and structural collapse. The stance phase concludes with its final sequence, the toe-off stage. Here, the mechanical goal is straightforward. The grounded leg prepares to break contact with the floor. Looking at this lateral view, the hamstring muscles fire to extend the thigh, while the quadriceps femoris actively maintains extension in the knee. Simultaneously, the posterior compartment of the lower leg engages, driving the foot downward and away from the body. This specific downward movement is known as plantar flexion. It provides the critical mechanical push that converts the static stance phase into airborne propulsive energy. When the leg leaves the ground, we transition definitively into phase 2, the swing phase. The objective now is defeating gravity to achieve ground clearance. The first substage of this airborne phase is the leg lift. This vector model illustrates the iliopsoas bursa and rectus femoris acting together. They generate a massive forward driving force through the knee. At the back of the leg, the hamstring muscles pull the lower leg upward, flexing it at the knee to gain elevation. To complete the clearance, the anterior compartment of the lower leg actively raises the foot itself upward, angling the toes toward the sky. This upward foot adjustment is called dorsiflexion. It ensures the foot clears the ground during the forward swing. Without this precise lift and combined knee flexion, the toes would drag, instantly ending the gait cycle. The process moves into the penultimate microstage, the swing. This is where the actual forward motion of the walk is realized. The iliopsoas bursa and rectus femoris sustain their contraction, resisting gravity to keep the suspended leg elevated midair. In this final arc, shown here, The quadriceps femoris takes over to precisely position the foot as it travels forward. Meanwhile, the anterior compartment locks the ankle into the exact geometric position required for the imminent landing. This entire arc is an active, highly coordinated mechanical calculation, positioning the limb to meet the exact geometry required for the impending heel strike. The exact moment the swing phase concludes, the system drops immediately back into the heel strike stage of the stance phase. Continuous human locomotion is an incredible process, entirely dependent on this precise, alternating muscular cascade repeating endlessly. It's a strict mechanical engine. Wash, rinse, and repeat until the physical destination is reached.